David, what were your biggest fears in taking on your role in Nightingale? Obviously, the film was very challenging. You're the only actor in the piece, play a soldier suffering from PTSD who's sort of confined to his home. What scared you the most about doing this part?
With Nightingale, that was a film that was not necessarily made with television in mind. And so, you know, when I first read this script, I just thought, this simply can't be done. One person in a house for 90 minutes having committed this heinous act, unraveling, talking to himself, essentially. You know, having come out of the theatre, you get those opportunities more often there. You know, in theatre, what's wonderful about it is that you make this pact with the audience that we're going to go somewhere fantastical a lot of the time, which is basically if I say 500 troops are going to come screaming through this place, you just buy into it. And so I had those kind of experiences in the theatre when I read this film and just thought, this feels like an experiment, this feels like something that cinematically is it achievable. I jumped on it because I truly think that for us as actors, half of what enables you to take risks and I think be a good actor is confidence. And confidence is born out of taking risks. And this was a risk.
Look, I'm not even dressed yet. And the police haven't come to arrest me. Turns out there's not a law that says you have to get up every morning at 7 o'clock and put on your clothes and your makeup and your costume jewelry. Whoever would have guessed that?
We made this film for an artsy, independent-minded audience, and the place it's found an enthusiastic home is HBO. And I don't know that that would always have been the case, that this film would find that kind of a home. And, you know, it's incredibly encouraging that not only is a company like HBO prepared to jump on board this film, but that they know there's an audience out there for it. So I never thought this is going to be on television, millions of people potentially going to get to see it. And I was terrified before taking on the prospect. Now that it has this kind of platform, the terrification has multiplied somewhat, but that's okay.
What would you say was the biggest turning point in your career?
Just being cast as Martin Luther King in the film Selma had such a dramatic effect on my career. It was on the basis of nothing other than a Hollywood Reporter announcement. And that's what happened. I started getting offers, and it
based
really
purely on that announcement.
Based purely on the announcement of some actor who no one could say his name, no one knew where he was from, and I started getting offers.
What roles were you offered right after the announcement?
They were roles in studio movies, okay. So which hadn't happened up until that point. Rise of the Planet of the Apes was a film for Fox, and they were going after actors who I really admired, and I heard about this, and an offer came through. The director of The Help literally phoned me up and said, so we're doing this film, we need a preacher in it, and I need someone with this sort of a Martin Luther King energy, and I read that you're about to do this, so come and practice on us, literally. And so I did a scene in The Help, and it was just, you know, this film Nina that I did with Zoe Saldana, where she plays Nina Simone, that came in as a straight offer, and before anyone had kind of.
What if Selma had fallen apart or not even happened at that point? I mean,
it would have been my being smuggled into Hollywood moment.